Today we're going to talk about you taking control over your own website when someone else makes it for you. I wish I didn't have to do this video, but unfortunately over the last 3 or 4 months I've heard of a lot of people not being able to access their website after an agency or a website provider has made it for them. So we're going to go over a few key things, and before we go over anything, make this super clear. All of these things have to happen after you pay your bill. Okay, so once you're paid up and you're squared up with your provider, then you want to make sure you go over these following things. You want to know who owns the domain, you want to know how the hosting is provided, and you want to know the passwords for your website. First, the domain. What that means, if you're really not web savvy, is the URL. So www.staycikeetch.com. So sometimes when you're having someone build your website for you, they will buy that. Sometimes you will buy it and you will give it to them. So you need to know who owns it, and if it's not you, you need to take ownership of that. Number 2 is hosting. Hosting is, the easiest way to explain it is if your domain is your cell phone, your hosting is your cell phone provider. So who is your hosting with? Is it Bell or Rogers? Or in the internet world, there's tons of companies it could be hosted with. It could be hosted with the same as your provider, it could be hosted with someone different. But you need to make sure you know who that is, and you need to make sure that it gets transferred into your name. That may mean that you have to start paying for it if the company was paying for it, so be prepared for that, but make sure that you own it. Last but not least is the username and password to get into your website. Even if you don't know how to build a website and you don't know what to do once you get past that username and password, you need to know it. Because if the relationship goes sour, which I've seen a lot lately, they will withhold that from you. And it's not good practice. Some people do it, some don't. And again, if bills aren't paid, don't ask for this stuff. But you need to make sure that you have it. So at the very least, if the relationship goes south, you can take the website that you've bought and paid for to another provider, and they can continue to do work, and you don't have to start all over again. And sometimes they just forget to give you this stuff. They're not doing it with malintentions. So if I have clients out there and I haven't given you the website username and password, just call me and let me know. But always make sure that you ask for that so that you have it, so that you can control the destiny of the content that you have created. And I'm probably not going to make a whole lot of friends for this video if people tend to not give their clients username and passwords and try to keep control, but you know what? I don't care, because you got to stop that.